Hi there, I'm Professor Blackmore, and I want to welcome you back to my channel where today I'm going to talk a little bit about, guess what? That's right, OneNote. But before we get started, let's take a look at this.
The dumpster carrying a garbage bag. He's leaning and it appears to be heavy as he has to heft it into the dumpster. He walks to the dumpster with the garbage bag and leaves it. On 4:48, he hit another complex in Abington, and at 5:10 p.m., cell phone shows records at another apartment in Brockton. Video shows a party consistent with his appearance and his Volvo. Again, he discarded items.
Now, if you're an attorney conducting this hearing, this might be the last thing on your mind, but would you want to take a chance on keeping notes this important on a paper yellow pad? And I know there are many of you old school litigation trial lawyer friends out there who are probably screaming, hell yes. But I want to suggest to you a more efficient, cloud-based, and a better looking alternative. Now, I want to introduce myself to you, those of you who may not have been here before. Hi there, I'm Professor Blackmore, and welcome back to my channel. And today, I'm reporting back to you again from inside of my criminal OneNote Law Firm Notebook. And I am more specifically going to talk to you today about my OneNote Yellow Pad notebook template. And so before I do that though, I want to remind you that we're available to train your law office staff via virtual Zoom remote training or by way of the many training videos available on my website. And so all you have to do is head over to my website located at professorblackmore.com. And I'll place a direct link in the description section below for my training videos, or if you'd like to schedule us for virtual training in 1 hour increments. And so if you have any questions about today's training, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comment section. And if you hit that super chat button, I'm trying to get that out, to support my channel, your questions will zoom up to the top of my list. Or please also consider donating to my channel on Cash App, which is Professor Blackmore. Now, with the abundance of all of the high-profile criminal cases in the news lately, like this Walshe murder case, like the Murdaugh case, the murder trial of the South Carolina attorney, and many others that you've seen on TV lately, their notes are reading from yellow pads. And so, I mean, my top line thought when I think of looking at this particular attorney in the Walshe case, my top line thought is, okay, what are you going to do with these notes after this hearing? Are you going to remember where this yellow notepad is? And how much and how many pages of this notepad is it going to take to write all of this down for a very high profile hearing like this? And so I can tell you right off the top that if I'm using OneNote, I know exactly where these notes are going to be, and I know exactly what's going to happen to these notes, and I can find them right away whenever I need to refer to them again using the OneNote search tool. In addition, I can have an unlimited number of pages using OneNote, and for the amount of pages that you would need to conduct a hearing such as this, that means I'm going to save at least one tree. And so, another question that I have is what happens, let's just say, if something like your dog ate your homework? What if something like that happens to your notes? What are you going to do? What if you're just on your way, walking out of the door on your way to this important televised hearing? What in the world would you do? Well, I'm going to show you how the OneNote lawyer would have prepared for this hearing by using my OneNote Yellow Pad template and my uh, my OneNote, my Samsung Note Pad in the courtroom. So I'm going to talk about this today. So now, the first thing that you want to do when you're conducting this particular transaction is you want to make sure that you have OneNote downloaded on your mobile device. And being able to use OneNote gives you the versatility to be able to use a multiplicity of different types of mobile devices that are compatible with OneNote. So I particularly am going to be using my OneNote. Uh, I keep calling it my OneNote, but it's really my Samsung Note 7. And so I just want to show you that particular app that you want to download. Uh, it's right here in the middle, and you just want to make sure it's a purple OneNote. And here it is. It's just sometimes it takes a while for those to come up. And so this is the OneNote app right here on your mobile device. You want to make sure that you have that downloaded before you start. But I am going to be starting off first on my desktop. And the first thing that I want to say is this absolutely can be used by prosecutors on the prosecution side or by defense attorneys, as well as in civil cases by plaintiffs and defendants. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. And I'm going to show you my desktop because this is where all of the magic starts. It starts in your office where you would start to prepare these notes. And we'll get to the courtroom presentation side in just a minute. But I'm going to share my screen here so that you can see my OneNote desktop application. All right, and here it is right here. Now, I have my OneNote Criminal Law Notebook right here. All right. And again, if you like to purchase a copy of my OneNote Criminal Law Firm Notebook template, it's available on my website. In addition, what I would do here is, and I've talked in the past about all of the different things about the OneNote Criminal Law Firm Notebook, and I have a video out there on YouTube if you want to review that. But I would just go here into my homicide cases, and here we're talking about the State v. Walshe case. And so this is where I'm going to start off in my criminal law firm notebook template. And then I am going to also use my yellow pad. Now, there are a lot of things that you can do here, a lot of ways that you can do this. I can I want to use my old school style. I have in this template the dual style. Some people like to have the dual column style, and each one of these sections has already pre-made pages. And so I could, if I wanted to, I could right click on this and copy this whole section over to my criminal law firm notebook template. And here is my criminal law firm notebook template, and I can just hit copy. And then you'll see over here, when you'll see this little sign here, lets you know that this is syncing now. So I'm going to go over here, and you can see that it has copied that whole section over here in my criminal law firm notebook. But I would normally, I'm going to tell you what I normally do. What I normally do is I just right click on one of these, I copy one of these pages, and I just bring it over, and I come over to my particular case file that I'm working in, and I go down to my notes section, and I will right click and hit paste. And then once I do that, then I can rename this page case notes arraignment. And now whenever I come back to this particular case note section, then I will be able to see that I have my case notes for my arraignment right here in this particular section. This little button up here at the top will snap the page so that you can see the whole page on your viewing space that you're particularly looking at. And so in this particular instance, there are a whole lot of different ways that I could do this. First of all, you could, I have a sample of some notes that already talk about these particular items of things that will be discussed during that particular hearing. And so you could have someone in your office to prepare something like that. And I talk all about this in a video that I have done about OneNote depositions and OneNote trial presentation, because you can project anything from OneNote, your PowerPoint slides or whatever, straight from OneNote during your trial presentation, hearing presentations, deposition presentations, and all of those types of things. So you can have someone to prepare something like this and just put it in your notebook, and you could just read straight from that. Now, when you do that, you go up to the insert and you hit printout. It'll create a printout of this particular item here, and it will also copy a copy of these items, the files, also in the event that you want to print or share those items. And so here, there are a whole lot of different things you can do. Once you have your Yellow Pad notebook, you can type your notes in here. So I could just type, if I want to, 4:55 a.m. when he's searching for how long before a body starts to smell. So I could type my notes in there. I'm going to give this a title, call this the arraignment notes. But I could also use uh, my note, my Samsung Note, and I can take notes within the actual note that I have, my notepad. And so I'm going to go and find that note, go to my criminal law firm notebook. And then here I'm going to go And then while those notes are syncing over, I want to also show you that you could actually, possibly, if I have my microphone connected, you could actually go over to your home tab. I'm gonna sync this. Go over to your home tab and you could possibly dictate a note. Now I'm gonna see if I'm able to do that. So you just go ahead and go to the place where you want your note to be reflected, and you want to hit the dictate button over here. 5:47 a.m. 10 ways to dispose of a dead body if you need to, question mark. And then you just hit the dictate button when you're finished doing your dictation. But you could also write your notes in here as well. And so I'm just going to use this sample that I already have, that I have already written some notes in. And you can see here, I'm also going to try to make that a little bit smaller, bring it over. And then I'm going to write some more text on here. So let's just say here, I'm going to write 9:59 a.m. Can identification be made on partial remains? Okay, and so now we're going to go back because it's taken, for some reason, it's taken this thing. Whenever you do something live, obviously, all kinds of things can happen. But my notes are not syncing over uh, immediately as I would like them. So here, we'll see here in a few minutes, this will probably sync over, but I'm probably in a dead spot over here. So I'll try to go and sync it again. And so, but these are just some of the things that you can do with OneNote that you have to agree you cannot do with a paper notebook. And so, what I would say also is that I would always absolutely make copies or print off a copy of these notes in the event that anything could happen so that you'll have a backup. But as you can see, you can do all kinds of things with a OneNote notebook that you just can't do with your paper notes. And when I am ready to look for this note, I can easily find this note, this search key here that says, and I would put in arraignment, and all of my notes that deal with arraignment, will pull up on my device. I could go here as well. Let's see here. Let me sync this. But when you go here, you can put in a search key and you can find these notes very easily. So when I put in arraignment, all of my notes that have anything to do with arraignment come up right here. And this is this particular note right here. So any note that you're looking for, you can easily find them using OneNote. And so that is the end of our class for today. But I want to ask that you please give me a big thumbs up. And I want to also ask that you please support this channel by clicking the super thanks heart button below or on Cash App, Professor Blackmore. And I also want to ask that you please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll be notified whenever I come back with more live tips where you can put in your questions in real time. And please also follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And if you'd like to purchase a copy of any one of my OneNote templates, please visit me on my website at professorblackmore.com. Thank you and have a fantastic evening.